I'm actually going to take this one pretty personally because I did 50 hours of testimony before the Senate Intelligence Committee, the House Intelligence Committee, the House Judiciary Committee, about nonsense. Some of the most powerful people in government, Adam Schiff, the chairman of the Intelligence Committee, said publicly numerous times that I had committed treason. Treason. Just so we understand, treason is a crime punishable by death. For me these days, that's like, minor details. It's like a Tuesday. Just another day.
Hey everybody, Maz Jobrani here. You just saw Don Jr. upset because the Hunter Biden laptop story is not getting the attention it should be getting, did not get the attention it should be getting, and all conservatives are up in arms because with all the other stuff that's going on in the world, Hunter Biden's laptop is the most important thing. What we call with that, we call it deflection, we call it gaslighting, we call it trying to get your attention over here, while his father dines with Nazis, while his father tries to get away with trying to overthrow the government January 6th, while his company has been convicted of tax fraud, a lot of stuff going on in the Trump family, but Don Jr. wants you to focus on Hunter Biden's laptop. Because that's the real story. Dude, your father tried to end democracy. Your father said, let's get rid of the Constitution. You're involved with this administration. Your whole family is a bunch of grifters. Your sister, your brother-in-law, all of you guys would not be anywhere without your criminal father. And you're all covering for him. So stop it.
They just get to hide under the cloak of, we're doing journalism. We won't cover the biggest story. We won't cover that 30 or 50 of the biggest intelligence people in the world all signed on to a letter like, this is obviously Russian disinformation, when it clearly wasn't. When our director of national intelligence, came out and said, John Ratcliffe literally came out and said, there's nothing here that says this would be Russian disinformation. Doesn't matter. We're here to deliver a message and we're going to get what we want out there. And when we find out and get caught, doesn't matter because we got what we wanted. Therefore, it's old news.
There you go. Don Jr. is upset about a lot of things. More of the Hunter Biden story. Listen, someone should take away his camera. The worst thing that's happened to this guy is they gave him a phone with a camera and he can just ramble, total nonsensical rambling. You know how when somebody drinks, you take away their keys? They should just take Don's camera away and get him to get some writers with research and maybe then put him in front of a camera. But in general, they shouldn't put him in front of a camera because he looks horrible and he's just all over the place. And his whole complaint about the Hunter Biden story, he's saying that members of the intelligence community had said that the Hunter Biden laptop story was Russian disinformation. Now, the Hunter Biden laptop might have some interesting information in there, but the level of importance that the Republicans want to give the Hunter Biden laptop is a lot more than it deserves. Because the truth is, these guys tried to, first of all, his own father, Don Jr.'s father, tried to get Vladimir Zelensky to investigate Biden, to investigate his opponent, as we all remember, the first impeachment, that's what it was about, tried to get the Ukrainians to investigate Biden. He was going to hold back money, military money from the Ukrainians to get them to investigate his opposition. And then when that didn't happen, then they brought out the Hunter Biden laptop. They're going, the laptop is going to reveal something huge. Meanwhile, Don Jr., Eric, Ivanka, the whole family is a bunch of grifters.
Hopefully, when the House is taken over by the Republicans in January, we can stop giving out billions like they're chiclets, while allowing the worst offenders to keep going about their own business, while increasing costs to the American taxpayers and American consumers. We're going to do this to help developing countries. No one else.
There you go. Now he's shifting to the money spent by the Democrats because they were trying to reduce inflation and they've been trying to have some programs to help those in need, to help build up a middle class. Doesn't talk about the fact that his own father was involved in giving a tax break to what eventually became a huge tax break for the wealthiest. Doesn't talk about the fact that his own father mishandled the pandemic in the beginning, and the reason we're in an inflationary economy is mainly because of the pandemic, and the whole world is experiencing inflation. So he wants to blame the Democrats spending money on different things that are helping, different programs that are helping those that need it. So again, Don Jr. keeps giving his opinion on stuff. Call me crazy here, but he doesn't sound like someone who's that erudite on policy. And yet he just takes that phone and he keeps rambling and he keeps rambling. And here's some more.
So guys, keep watching the nonsense. Don't let them get away with it. Call them out, and hopefully the Republicans do the right thing and stop this nonsense until the biggest offenders actually start pulling some of their own weight too.
So there you have it. He's asking his followers to keep watching the nonsense. And I believe by watching the nonsense, he means his videos. They're really bad. Again, I'm sure there's some criticism that people on the right could have about some of the things going on. And when it's done by someone who knows what they're talking about, maybe I'll listen. But Don Jr. is just a bad representative of the right. And the right trying to deflect on all the real problems, that the fact that Donald Trump was having dinner with known Nazis and then asked for the Constitution to be canceled and then tried to overthrow the government on January 6th and has been trying to get away with it. And then he stole the documents and took them to Mar-a-Lago, the top secret documents. I mean, that's just the beginning. What about his mishandling of the coronavirus from day one? Remember when he said, this is how crazy this whole Trump thing was. Remember when he said that when the virus first came out, there was a speech, he goes, it's just going to disappear when the weather gets warm. It's going to disappear. And then he did the whole Clorox bleach thing, put that in your body. This family are bad for America. They're bad for the Republicans. Republicans got to wake up and kick these Trumps to the curb because they ain't doing you no favors. And if you need any proof, look at Herschel Walker and Dr. Oz and anyone else who Trump endorsed and how they didn't win. Trump has lost now several elections. I hope Republicans wake up and they kick those guys to the curb. And then we could talk. And I'm sorry you had to watch so much of Donald Trump's Jr.'s videos. But think about me, I had to watch the full thing. So, Maz Jobrani here. Take care, and don't be a grifter.